Hello and welcome. This has been Christopher Naputo. Today, we're exploring a word that sounds a little poetic, a little old-fashioned, but still elegant and expressive. That word is raiment. Raiment means clothing or garments, especially when spoken of in a formal, literary, or artistic way. It's not your everyday word for clothes, but when you use it, you're adding a layer of richness and style to your speech or writing. Let's bring it to life with 7 vivid examples, and as we go, listen carefully to how it's used. You might just fall in love with this classic term. Example 1. The royal robes. The queen stepped onto the balcony, her shimmering raiment catching the golden morning light. Here, raiment emphasizes not just any clothing, but regal, elegant attire. It paints a visual scene, grace, royalty, splendor. Use raiment when you want to elevate a description. Clothes just wouldn't do that moment justice. Example 2. A humble request. The old monk had few possessions, just a bowl, a book, and his simple raiment. This time, the word helps convey modesty and minimalism. It shows us that raiment isn't only for kings and queens. It can also describe plain, everyday garments, but with a touch of literary depth. Example 3. Fashion on the red carpet. The actress arrived in dazzling raiment that turned every head on the red carpet. Notice how raiment here helps us picture glamorous high-fashion clothing. It's more expressive than just saying dress or outfit. It helps us feel the drama, the attention, the sparkle. Example 4. Historical settings. Knights in heavy raiment of chainmail marched through the castle gates. This sentence places raiment in a historical context. Medieval, heavy, metallic armor. Raiment doesn't have to be soft or pretty. It can be rugged, protective, ceremonial, depending on the tone you want to create. Example 5. A literary touch. The forest spirits wore raiment woven from moonlight and mist. This one's pure imagination and very literary. It shows how raiment works beautifully in fantasy, fairy tales, or poetic writing, turning clothes into something magical. Example 6. Modern but elevated. His carefully chosen raiment reflected his attention to detail. Sharp suit, crisp shirt, polished shoes. Now we're in a modern setting, but using raiment gives it a refined, stylish edge. Instead of he wore a suit, we say his raiment reflected his attention to detail. It just sounds more deliberate, more elevated. Example 7. Symbolic clothing. As the sun set, they cast off their dusty raiment, stepping into the river as a symbol of renewal. In this example, raiment is symbolic, shedding the past, washing it away. Clothing here isn't just physical. It represents something deeper, transformation, letting go, starting again. Quick recap. Let's pause and reflect. The word raiment means clothing or garments, and while it's not as common in everyday speech, it adds depth, elegance, and emotion to your storytelling, your descriptions, and your expression. You can use it in historical or fantasy writing to add a poetic or formal tone, to describe both rich and humble clothing, to make a moment feel more meaningful or symbolic, and just like that, you've learned how to bring raiment into your vocabulary wardrobe. This has been Christopher Naputo. Keep expanding your vocabulary. And as always, thanks for watching.